when you make a bet and you are taking the bigger risk, you are usually compensated for the bigger risk you're taking. So that's why I believe it is fair to say that if my team either wins or ties, right, then I should be paid. In addition, based on Ibra's claim of the greatness of Senegal, right, there's no reason they should lose this game. So why would you not take that bet?
Ibra?
I don't even want to say anything because, like, I just want you to clip that and then post it.
I think it makes complete sense.
Welcome back to another episode of the O2 podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 68. We have Ibra and Shakir here with us today. How y'all boys doing?
I'm good. Chilling. Weather's finally getting better.
Anything interesting happened this week to any of y'all?
I chipped my tooth. I'm actually sick.
How?
No, internally, so you won't see it.
Oh.
Do you guys remember in middle school when I had a chipped tooth?
I think it was you.
I had a chipped tooth. You know what's crazy?
How'd you fix it?
No, you just get a filling. But the thing was, I didn't know that technology existed. So I went, because I chipped that tooth when I was like 8 years old, right? I didn't get it fixed until I was like 16. And the only reason that is because I didn't know that technology existed. I didn't go to a dentist, so I just didn't know you could do that. I thought they're going to have to take off my tooth and put in a new one, and I didn't want to do all that.
I knew it existed because it happened to Mamoru. Mamoru chipped his tooth, and then like a couple of weeks later, it came back where like his front row was thing. But bro, but it's internally, it's inside, not like it's inside where you can see it. It's on the inside of my mouth of my teeth, not on the outside. So like you won't even be like it's this one, which you wouldn't be able to see. I chew on plastic bottles, so it's my fault. Like the cap, I have a childish ass habit. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, how the fuck did my tooth get chipped? And I'm like, you know what? I can't even sit down here and be mad. I did this shit to myself. Yeah.
How do you think Mamoru chipped his tooth?
Stop. Stop.
You know, one day we're gonna get to a certain point where this is gonna come back to our old affiliates, and they're gonna be looking through these episodes, looking to see if we talked about them. And we're gonna keep this in there because like, what's he gonna do? But ladies and gentlemen, the Premier League is officially over, and if you've been keeping track, we had a little bet going. Whoever was in last place is gonna put on that skirt. So here, no scores. Here's the official rankings of who won and who lost. Right. So in first place, Shakir got the dub.
Let's fucking go. I don't have bad takes. I'm just too early. Okay, I'm too early.
No,
I will be proven right. I will be proven right on all my takes. I will be proven right on all my takes.
You have bad takes.
Just because you can move a couple of players around and get lucky week in and week out does not mean you have good ball.
First of all, it was not luck because I was down 200 for 10 straight weeks, and then I made it up and went beyond 200.
You said Jude Bellingham was better than Bruno Fernandes.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Bruno's better.
And you stood 10 toes out talking about, but it's okay.
I can concede when I am wrong.
And you said it wasn't luck. You had 1 week where the week you suddenly subbed in Nico Riley is the only week in that period he had a brace coming out of defense as a midfielder.
No, but I didn't randomly do it. I did that on purpose. Nico Riley was doing. He was doing that for weeks, like he was scoring goals.
That shit pissed me off, man.
If you said so, Shakir took first place. Editor, give him his confetti, whatever he needed to feel good about himself. Quasi took second place, which is crazy because he hasn't even logged in this shit in weeks. He took last place. He hasn't did a sub in weeks, and he still managed to dub second place. So now that means between me and Ibra, who's wearing the skirt. And for all the viewers watching, hoping it was going to be me, fuck y'all, because it's not. I took third. Ibra is the one that took fourth place, but he said, there's some technicalities that says to put on the skirt, we got to abide by whatever it is. Right now, I don't need to see him in the skirt right now. We have to the end of summer. He's going to have to get in the skirt at some point. Is there a time limit to this? No, there's not, right?
If anytime we don't get paid, I'm not doing it.
So anytime I wake up and I feel like I got the funds to pay him, cool. And you have to put on the skirt. Like, that's what it is.
Okay, fine. Deal.
Cool. I'm not tripping. We have a whole summer. Right now we have content load up. So the day we're really out of content, that's when we'll lock in. But so that's it for the Premier League. I don't know if we're gonna do this again. I
want to do it. I want to do it every year. It honestly made me watch the Premier League.
You scared?
I'm not scared, but I'm not doing that
You
forfeit
scared?
again.
Yeah, you is. We doing a forfeit.
Yeah.
Be a fucking man.
Quadro, what kind of pussy shit is that?
Can I just give up? I don't want to wear a skirt. Niggas not scheming. They're not scheming
It
in a
will be a
skirt.
different punishment next year.
Okay. Okay. So
Every
we go
year we
again.
change it, of course.
We go
We
again
can do
next
it
year.
for the World Cup too.
We will be doing the Premier League. We will be doing this for the World Cup, but less forfeit this time, so it doesn't take up the same quantity as that. But yeah, viewers, in the coming episodes, my boy would have to start in this episode in a skirt. I don't know when, but it's gonna come. Moving on from that, Arsenal in the Champions League final. Now I didn't watch the whole thing. I think I watched some of the. I just watched the second half. So what are your thoughts and opinions about Arsenal in the Champions League, man?
I think what Arsenal did, I think like that strategically makes sense for them, right? Because PSG has a much better attack than them, so they gotta just like defend and stop them somehow. So I understand the way Arsenal played, but it was very boring. I'll say that.
Bro?
Honestly, if we going to penalties, bro. Certain stuff as an attacking player, I'm not letting my center back take no penalties. Like it's just not happening. Like me, like I'm a pure believer of like me. If I'm a striker, I'd be the most selfish striker on this goddamn planet. Like if I get
What's that anime called again? Blue Lock?
Blue Lock, yeah, bro. Are you kidding me? Like if there's a foul in the box, in the penalty box, like in a defender, and then like somebody else be like, "Oh, I'm taking the penalty, bro." You gonna have to fight me for this shit. I swear to God, like, bro, If I'm the number 9 on the team, every penalty, it's mine. I'm coming in first to take it. But bro, we talking about penalty shootout. All the attacking players should be up there. That's the one they just say, "You like this shit is mine." Can we also talk about the NBA? Do you guys watch basketball?
We'll get to that. We could get to that in a minute. But Arsenal,
but Arsenal doing that. The game, honestly, I was paying attention to it. I wasn't paying that much attention to it. I was busy doing something else. But I was just watching like some of it, and I'm like, bruh. I honestly expected, like, I was like, yo, if Arsenal gets goal one, head 1-0 first, they were gonna park the rest of the fucking bus.
Yeah.
Them boys is playing 5 center backs.
but I was watching the game. I was like, as pissed off as I was, like, as somebody who's watching from the outside, I was pissed off because the Champions League final, you want excitement, you want goals, you want skills, you want players to show out. You don't want that. But I'm like, Arsenal is actually a really smart team. Like arguably, I think, because if you watch the way PSG was playing through the knockout stages and through the semis, PSG was a very attacking team. Like, they just go at you. They couldn't break down Arsenal. They couldn't do it. The whole first half, I think they didn't have a shot on target at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at the possession stats and like the passing stats, right? Like, PSG had the ball like 76% of the time, and Arsenal had it like 24, right? And so, and with passing, like PSG had like 900 passes, Arsenal had like 150.
You know what's crazy? Arsenal are the only one. It could have been a year where Premier League teams won all of the major trophies for like European competitions. Aston Villa won the Europa League. Crystal Palace won Europa Conference League, and everybody's like, Arsenal, you got to do that. You got to bring it home. Them niggas bottled it.
But I'm proud of Arsenal though. I'm not gonna lie, when they lifted the Premier League trophy, I'm like, bro, imagine coming in second, 3 years in a row. That shit gotta light a different kind of fire under you.
That shit gotta hurt, man.
No,
especially because like the amount of work that they do.
Yeah.
I think as a team, their defense and their midfield is strong. They need like attackers who like Ibra said, they need selfish attackers. Like you're watching Bukayo Saka. He always wants to pass. Bro, take somebody on, get him across. What is his name? Madueke played very well in the second half. I'll give him that. He was actually taking people on, trying to get in the box. Gyökeres is Gyökeres, bro. Like, I don't know who else played on the left wing for Arsenal. Is it
Martinelli?
Leandro Trossard.
They need direct wingers. I think, who's the number 7 on PSG? I can never say his name.
Kvaratskhelia.
He would be a good winger for Arsenal. They're not going to get him, but that's the type of player they need for Arsenal. He gets the ball and he's just
Here's the thing, though. He's such a fun player to watch. I don't want him to go over to Arsenal and then he has to adapt to that play style, and his creativity is just all taken away. I think he thrives in a team like PSG.
I'm not saying he's gonna go, but that's the kind of but they need that creativity up front. It's like Arsenal do so well in the defense, the midfield, and they get up there, and it's like there's no creativity in the final third. Like, their goal came from nobody thought. Gun to your head, you thought Kai Havertz was gonna put that in the back of the net? Exactly. Huh?
I didn't even expect him to start.
Exactly. So it's like we're just playing good defense, and our midfielders are just overworking themselves the whole game, and we're just hoping some shit shake up front. Like, I feel like that's the only thing. So congrats to PSG. I can't even shit on Arsenal, man. They did well when I'm beating the Champions League. It's a banter club, but now they're looking like they're on the up and up. I just hate that my boy Eze and Gabriel had to miss it. Only black players. The moment they missed, I said, damn, they're going to have a field day with you on Twitter, bro. I said, whenever the black players miss, you know what's coming. But you said you want to talk about
They fucking burned Paris down to celebrate.
you said you want to talk about the NBA Finals. I haven't been watching it, but
I was watching the Western Conference Finals, bro. I'm like, it's OKC versus Spurs, bro. Wemby. If I had to guard him, I'm just tackling him, bro. It's.
What do you do? What do you do against someone that big, bro?
bro, what I hate about Wemby is that we've seen tall players like you expect players to like be in the paint, just dunking it. That's not what he's doing.
He's shooting threes from the paint.
He go to the 3-point line, sizing you up, and then shooting the ball all the way. What are you? I'm like,
not even deep from the logo. From the logo. Bro, in their first game, to tie the game up, bro, to go overtime, bro, shoots it from the logo. I'm watching the game. I'm like, this nigga got some audacity, but I'm looking at the good shot like bro.
Like, what do you do at that point? You can't stop that shit.
I'm like, bro, if a coach looking at you crazy, you're like, bro, the dude is 7'4". He's chucking that bitch up from here. How do I block that? Like you can't block that.
You can contest him all you want. He's still gonna, if he stays in form, he's still getting that shot over you.
Bro, imagine, like, it's different if a 7-footer is like, I don't gotta worry about him anywhere else on the floor. But bro, and I'm watching that game, bro. Chet only put up 2 shots. You got a max contract. 30 minutes. Don't even wash your jersey. Your shit ain't even dirty. Just what? Not even getting cardio in.
Niggas.
Bro, I understand I'm like me, I don't get mad at effort. If you go 1 for 15, fine. At least you tried. You tried. Like when I never get mad at effort. At least 1 for 15, bro, you tried. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm watching the game, I'm like, bro, Wemby you just back down. I'm like, if I'm another 7-footer, bro, you gotta have some fight in you. You gotta have some fight.
OKC was up too, right? They were like 2-1.
OKC was up 2-1, but the series was back and forth, bro. It was back and forth.
It came down to this game. I saw something on Instagram tomorrow. You know how Shea had gotten all his teammates Burberry coats, AP watches.
With the APs, I would want that shit back.
I forget. Gilbert Arenas went on.
I see that shit.
Yo, everybody running back up. And then he started looking at the stats and said, "You deserve your AP." He got the check. He said, "Yeah, you definitely don't get that shit back,
bro." And you know what's funny? I seen a story of like Kobe, like he gave out his shoes to all his teammates. I think either they lost or something happened, and then like the shoe guy was coming in, and they were like, "Yo, what you doing?" From everybody's locker, he said. Kobe said he wanted his shoe back. Y'all niggas is soft. bro, what? Imagine finals. I'm the MVP. Like, Shea, bro, you can see Shea balling his ass out. Everybody else just there. And I'm like, yo, help the nigga. Help him.
That sounds like, like RDC World, how they do like...
Yeah, like it's like an RDC script. Yeah.
It looks like RDC script.
Bro, help me.
Bro,
I'm like, I don't know what went wrong with Chet. Like, I just feel like they did a skit where they said he was scared of Wemby. I saw that one too from RDC. But I was like, I saw that.
It's a great day. It's a great day for the
NBA
French.
Finals, Game 7. You're on $100 million contract. You telling me, nigga, I don't think I would have won, but I would have put up at least 5.
I would have tried.
I'm not going out like a bitch.
Like,
I say that for free.
It's different if it's like, listen, bro. It's different if it's like you shot your shots and you miss. I can live with trying. You tried, but listen, at least you can just chuck it up to bro. I got beat. That's it. He's a 7'4" guy, and I got beat. You can chuck it up to that. You can't chuck it up to I got beat. You didn't even try. Like my presence just shut you down. But bro, I mean, I was there thinking about. I was like, it's a great day for the French. I was like, PSG won the Champions League. Now they got now they got a Frenchman. He's about to be the face of the league. Out there leading them to thing.
The scary part, the nigga's only 22. He's only getting better year after. That's the sick part.
Nah, the second I saw him in the fucking Shaolin temples over the summer, like, what sport are you training for, bro?
Bro, whatever he did there, that's where Shet needs to go and find his confidence back, because that was atrocious. But I'm like, but our beloved Knicks are in the finals though.
Yo, these next 2 weeks in New York is gonna be so good for sports. World Cup starting, Knicks in the final is about to be crazy.
And I think
like going downtown and just watching a game at a bar would be so much fun.
I've watched. I checked the previous all 3 times. I think New York has met up with the Spurs this season. We've won.
Really?
Yeah, they beat them in the NBA Cup. They beat them in the NBA Cup.
And the Knicks won the Spurs.
The beat.
I still got the Spurs.
They beat them in the NBA Cup final midseason, and then the 2 times they met, New York took both games.
I still got the Spurs winning.
Where's your New York spirit, bro? Come on.
I just don't know who's guarding Wemby. That's the problem. Like, I don't know who. If Wemby gets up and decides he's dropping 40, there's nobody else on the court is telling him no. That's the scary part.
Who, you gonna get Cat?
Wait, what does he say?
He's like, as he seen. He's like,
Like,
as he
that's my
seen.
only thing is I don't know what answer New York has for Wemby because you can't guard him in the paint, and if he decides to just get up and shoot threes, he's making them two. So what are we? How are we defending him? And then you have two other number one picks. Oh yeah, it's raps. It's raps.
Hey, gang.
But it'll be well. We're standing behind New York.
Brunson we trust.
Brunson, we trust. But Shakir, you wanted to bring up the new movie Obsession. You want to recap it, or you want me to for Ibra because he hasn't seen it?
Yeah, recap it for you, bro.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I don't do scary movies. So my coworkers invited me.
Me neither.
I'm not
Like,
gonna lie.
I'm not a. I watched half the movie. I don't even care if I sound like a bitch saying it. It was like I'm hiding behind my girl's arm with a bottle up, cause I don't do scary movies, bro. But
don't
this
know
movie
why
was
you
actually
said
good.
For free. We didn't even beg you for that information. Certain things, man.
I just covered my ears and eyes on my dolo. Niggas are behind your girl. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
probably. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, I don't think I have a big ego, but certain information, just because for the sake of my ego, have some decorum, my guy.
The movie starts out. It's basically four main characters. I forget their names. Actually, let me look it up.
It's so it's Nikki. That's like the girl.
Oh, and
Bear,
before we start, for the viewers, if you haven't
Nikki,
seen the movie,
Bear, Sarah, and Ian.
there's gonna be spoilers. Spoiler alerts from here on out. So if you wanna get over, you wanna do it. So the main character is named Bear. There's this girl that he works with called Nikki. There's Ian and there's Sarah. That's basically those are the only people that matter. So
And they all work together.
So Bear has a crush on Nikki, and I'm not gonna lie, Nikki's bad.
Let me search up this movie.
He was sleeping like 2 seconds. Nikki, I'm not gonna lie. I was telling my coworkers that looked at me like I'm crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'll say what I had to say until we get to the end. The actress name is Indy Navarrete.
That's that brown sugar?
She's bad.
That's that brown sugar she get?
So
You sure?
Yeah.
So Nikki
Like
and
spicy white.
yeah. So Nikki, the main character Bear, his homie is Ian. They're good friends with Ian, and they've been talking. And the movie opens up, and basically Bear likes Ian and is telling Ian about it.
Nigga,
And
she
we'll get to-
Mexican. Oh. I say it. I was like, I seen her name. I'm like, hell no, she Mexican.
And they go back and forth, and Bear's trying to basically tell Nikki that he has feelings for her. But Bear's one of those shy niggas that be reserved, so he's having a hard time doing it. And Ian is over here like, yeah, just go ahead and do it. Which, in hindsight, when we get to the latter part of the movie, he's a fucked up ass nigga. He's encouraging him, but yeah, bro, go for it. But it's almost like he's encouraging him, but he's doing something to stop it, which I didn't understand at first. Like, he'd encourage him, but it'll get time. They'll be like at a dinner together, and he'd be giving bro the signal, like, bro, take the other girl, go, like, like, do your job as a two-man. Bro said no. He's staying there. And then they go into the bar to talk. He follows them to the bar, like, what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? I'm like, bro, you supposed to be my mans. But I didn't think much of it. So Nikki comes to Bear and was like, oh, she wants to quit because she wants to be a writer, so she's quitting their job. All four of them to work together. Ian, Bear, Sarah, and Nikki. So they're quitting, and then one night, Nikki calls Ian and it's like, oh, do you want to come out with us? He's like, nah, I can't. I'm busy. Da, 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 da. Nikki's like, oh, no, like, I'm leaving. So, like, you want to come? Like, skip whatever you got to do. He skips it. She loses, like, a necklace on, like, her...
Yeah. She tells him that he lost her crystal necklace recently.
Necklace. And then he thought it would be a good idea, like, to go and buy her a new one, right? So he goes to go buy her a new one. He gets sidetracked. He doesn't really get the necklace, but he gets this, like this, it's like almost like a xylophone thing, like a small thing where it's like, oh, like a one wish wella. You like where basically you have one wish, go. Cool. So he gets that and he's gonna give it to her. But they go on the night, they're all hanging out like at a bar. Bear is trying to tell Nikki, I'm feeling shorty. This nigga Ian is like, I'm not going nowhere. He's not letting him get a word out. So at the end of the night, they want to go to karaoke, and then Nikki was like, oh, I'm tired, I want to go home. Bear pops in, and then Ian was like, no, we go to karaoke. Bear was like, I'll take you home, Captain Save a Ho. And then he came. So Nikki and Bear are in the car together. They're driving. While they're in the car together, Nikki's like, ooh, what you think about Sarah? Sarah's the other chick in the foot. And he's like, Broski's like, oh, that's just a friend. Da 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 da. Cool. I also forgot to this part. Keep in mind, this nigga's cat died. This nigga cat found his oxycodone something and overdosed on his drugs. That information is gonna be very important. I'm mad I missed that part. The cat died. So they're in the car, and Nikki's basically trying to tell Bear that Sarah likes him, but he's not picking up the thing. He's like, "Oh, that's just a friend." Because guess what? He's feeling Nikki. So at the end of the night, like throughout the car, it's awkward. Like, and Nikki's definitely picking up on the fact that this is awkward. So they're driving. They get to her house. Nikki gets out of the car and then asks him, is like, do you have a crush on me? This bitch ass nigga said no. That was his only chance to get it out. Mind you, in hindsight, knowing how the movie ends, it probably would have ended well, but at least he would have got it out. He said no. So he's like, fuck. Then the girl goes off. He's like, fuck, I missed my chance. Cool. The nigga is so into his head, he grabs the one Wishwello, right? And he's like, I wish Nikki loves me more than anybody in the world. Breaks it, right? You know, you thinking this shit is not, but this shit is real, right? Bro, the moment he did it, the whole movie flipped around, bro. Shorty came back to the car like, hello, do you want to come inside? Bro's like, you're acting kind of weird. Like, you want to back up? She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she starts going to these spiral episodes where it's like, but at this point, in the words of my brother Quasi, the badness is overriding the madness. Like, it's okay. Like, she's acting crazy, but at this point, I'm not turned off yet as a viewer. I'm like, I'd still be with it. Like, low key. So she's like, no, like, I can't. Like, I have to go. And then she, like, tries to go into his side of the car and, like, pull him out. And he's like, bro, you're acting really strange. She's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Eventually, she doesn't leave. She gets in the car with him and they drive back to.
And she says that she's acting weird because her dad is sick.
Yeah, she's acting weird because her dad has cancer. Cool. So all of a sudden, like, she's like, you could tell she's like fiending for this man. When, mind you, like, not too long ago, she low-key was like, Sarah's the one that likes you. Like, that's not my. So it's getting strange, but he doesn't think much of it. They go back to his place. She, like, takes off her shirt. Nice titties. Took it off. I'm just a man at the end of the day. Took off her shirt and it's like laying in her bed and it's like, do you want to come lay with me? But then she's like moving weird. Like almost like, you know how the scary movies, they be like, and then they be like doing that shit. That's what she's basically doing. And then he's like, are you okay? Bro. And then she's like, they start kissing and then she has this episode where she like, it's almost like she gets out of the trance like, what am I doing? And then she comes back like, I'm sorry. So at this point it's getting weird. But the nigga is so fucking desperate. He's just thinking, he's in it for the ride. So bada bing, bada boom, eventually they end up dating and it's like they have this montage of like, you know, cute shit, cool. And then Sarah, I remember Sarah had called, not Sarah, but Ian is like talking to me. He's like, bro, this is kind of weird. Like not too long ago, you over here talking about all of a sudden she's all over you. And he's not telling nobody about the one with Wishwello. He's like, bro, is it so hard to believe she's into me? Like, I got it like that. Bro's like, it's just weird how does shorty go from I don't want you to all of a sudden she's obsessed with you. So as things are going on, it starts getting weird. Like she's like obsessively in love with this man. Like she doesn't leave her crib. She doesn't, like all she does is for this nigga. Now, I might be forgetting scene, but there's this one scene where he gets up to go, it's her day off and he gets up to go to work, right? So he gets up to go to work. Oh no, I'm definitely skipping parts.
No. And so I can remind you. So the night before, right? They sleeping together. He wakes up in the middle of the night, looks next to him. She's not there, right? And then he's like, "What's going on?" He looks like up, and she's like in the corner of the room.
In the corner of the room, in the shadows,
just
in the dark.
standing there, talking about, "I like watching you sleep," and like she's just like moving back weird. Like she walks backwards.
Like it's like not a scary movie. The scary movies moving like this, like a deformed body. She's doing that. And she's like, I like watching you sleep. And she like goes back in the shadows. And niggas like, stop! You're scaring me out. And yeah, you scream out. And she comes back. But whole time at this point, I still would have kept the shit going. She's bad as hell. She's bad as hell.
At this point, it starts getting a little freaky, but I'll give it to you. Like it's still like she's bad. So like maybe let's see where it goes.
Let's see what
happens next morning is what's crazy.
Yeah.
They wake up and he has to go to work, and she doesn't have work that day, so she sits down and he's like, "Okay, I have to go to work," and then he's leaving, and he sees that his entire door is taped shut. Right, so he tries to not make it like a scene because she starts saying, "Oh, you can't open the door. Maybe you should just stay home then." Right, and then he's just like, "No, I'm fine," and then he somehow opens the door and he gets out. Right,
and you miss it.
and before she gets out, she like gives him lunch and she's like, "Okay, I packed you lunch. Here you go." And after he leaves, she's just standing at the door smiling, right? And because you see like she's literally like peeing herself. Like she's not gonna move from that spot at all.
Until he comes back. Exactly. So I remember this part. So he dashes off to work, right? Goes to work. So he's going to work and he links up with Sarah. Now Sarah's also a baddie too. She's not as bad as Nikki, but she's bad in her own way, right? And Sarah actually likes Bear, right? And the thing is, the crazy part, they actually have like a genuine connection. Like the way they talk is like you could like anybody could see they're meant for each other. So it's not like if anyone should be coupled up, it should have been them, right? So they're talking, Broski takes out the lunch, right? He starts eating the sandwich. So he's eating the sandwich, they're talking, and she's like wants to go to the school or whatever, and she's keep getting rejected. Like, and like she really, like, I think she's out. That was her second to last option. She has one more option left, and then they're talking. So eventually, like they're laying on each other, like and then Sarah she put a note on his lunchbox that was like, "Oh, my little food critic," right? So she picks up the note and starts reading it. Turns the note to the back. It's like, "So for my little food critic, cat question mark." The shorty done cooked the cat and put it in the sandwich. His dead cat, dad did the oxycodone. She done cooked the cat and put it in broski's sandwich. He threw up immediately. But again, at this point, he's still not telling anybody about the fact that, like, this is like, he's created this obsession. So he's just living in it, right? And he goes home and he's trying to talk to her. So on the way home, Ian had gotten in the car and was like, "Bro, what's going on? Like, this is not normal." And he like basically pushed Ian on. Ian's like, "All right, if this relationship is healthy, we're having a boys' night. You go back in there and tell her that we're having a boys' night. She can't come." He's like, "Yeah, I could do it." So he goes back home. And when he went back home, she basically had like shot herself. Like she stood there from the moment he left in the morning and waited till he came back at night, didn't move. And like she's just smiling obsessively, like just shitting herself and peeing herself, like cuts all over. At this point, I still would have done what he did. I'm still in this. Like it hasn't deterred me yet.
Okay. That would have been it for me.
I guess, brother, we just have different ways of going about it.
What movie is this?
It's a scary movie. Let me finish. So then he came back and he's trying to tell her, "Oh, like we're going to a boys' night, da 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 da." Like da. She starts freaking out. So eventually, he's a bitch and he couldn't like master up the confidence to really tell her what's going on. Cool. So she goes with her to the boys' night, right? They go to boys' night. They're playing like this Django type game, like you pull it out and it's like a dare or something, and then you read it out loud, right? So they're going around in circles, and then it gets to Nikki. They started with Nikki. She took it out and then she recited this like creepy ass, like this a
It was
creepy
like
poem.
it was like a creepy ass incest poem. Like it was
Yeah,
really
like
weird.
she read it and then everybody was turned off. That's not even the highlight of the story. Now it gets to the boy's turn. It gets to Bear's turn. He pulls out the thing. It says, "Kiss the person next to you." Mind you, the person next to you is Sarah. Bro, Shorty gets up, goes behind Sarah's seat, moves her out of the way, stands next to him, turns, puckers up her lips, and is like, "I'm to your left." And mind you, it's the homies and everybody around looking at this. And then after that, she got up and she was like, "I'm in love. You guys will never understand the love I have for Bear, da da da." And then she picked up a glass and basically stabbed herself with it. Right? So, bro, like, I don't know what she did that for.
So there's like moments where it's like the real Nikki comes out, right? And whenever the real Nikki comes out, she's like trying to stop like crazy Nikki. So she just like freaks out and like tries to stab herself, like stop herself basically. So that was like one of the moments that happened, right?
So, and then he tries to take her to the hospital. And like, mind you, at this point, everyone of their friend group has seen that something is definitely going on. That's
You know
not
one thing that didn't make any sense to me? Why
What?
did their friends let them leave? Like you saw her stab her face. You just gotta let them leave.
So they left. They go back home, and at this point, he still hasn't told nobody about it, right? He's just like, "I'm like, it's just like it's fucked up." And then he calls the One Wish Wello people, and he's like, "How do I cancel?" The nigga was so funny. He called him. It's like, you want that customer service nigga that just don't want to be there? That's who he got. He talking to me like, "Nah," but the only information he gave was that the only way he can reverse the wish is he has to kill himself, because it's like the girl has an obligation to you, but if you no longer exist, like that will break it. So he takes that and he goes back inside, right? He goes back inside, and he's laying with Baski, his maid basically, and then Sarah texts him and is like, "Yo, come outside, like I need to talk to you about something." He's like, "I really can't right now because crazy Basky is here." So eventually Sarah's like, "It's either you come out or I'm coming in," and he can't have that, so he had to go inside. So he ends up going outside. As he's leaving the thing, the real Nikki, like the version he created, is sleeping, and the real version is like awake and is like, "Please kill me, like please kill me, like put me out of my misery. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this." And he basically brushes it off, and his dumb ass goes to the park, right?
Yeah.
So he goes to the park. This is the part that I was like, "Yeah, this is too crazy for me." He goes to the park with Sarah, and they're sitting in the car, right? So they're talking, and then he was like, she told him, she's like, "Oh, dad doesn't really have cancer." Da, da, da. And mind you, Sarah's already told him that she's had a conversation with Nikki about Bear, and she doesn't fuck with him. Like she said, that's like a friend. She friends with you from the jump. So at this point, she gets a letter, and she's about to read it. So they're talking, and then they bring up the party, and she's like, "Oh, like to be honest, I was to the left of you, bro. You thinking shit's smooth, bro." In the blink of an eye, Nikki wakes up, takes a brick, grabs Shorty's head, boom. That shit scared the fuck, bro. Boom, 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 boom. Just beating her face in the like, mind you, the whole facial structure came off. She died immediately, and that was the moment. Bro was like, "All right, bro, this has gotten too far." So they moved the body, and she's like, "You're gonna help me take care of the body, right?" At this point, you have no choice. You're accomplice to that crime. So they moved the body. Bro, yes, they moved her, mind you, and it was so fucked up because you know how she's been trying to get into a school, and she had that one last letter. That last letter is the one she got in with. So it's like then she died, And then bro's like, fuck. So he tries to go back to the one where Swallow. This part was too funny.
Wait, one thing though. After the murder happens, right? They go home and like it's like real Nikki comes back one more time and she's like, "Oh, kill me," something like that, right? And this motherfucker's like, "Is it really that horrible to just love me? Like, why can't you? Is it really that bad? Am I really that bad to be in a relationship with?"
Bro. And another part, a huge part I missed. Before Sarah died, he told Bear that the past couple of years, Ian, the homie that's been helping him, has been hooking up with Nikki, for like 4 years on and off, and never told him.
Oh damn.
And Ian thought that the reason Nikki was doing this was to get back at him. So at this point, broski's all over the place. So at this point, Nikki's dead, and he's trying to reverse the wish. So he goes back to the place, and he's like, I need a one wish. He gets one. He gets one more, and he's like, okay, maybe if I and he can't. You only get one wish, so he can't break it and make another wish. So he's like, I could get somebody to make a wish where I never made this wish, and maybe things will go back to normal, right? So he tries to go back to his friend.
He actually gets two.
He bought two. So he gets one. And he like goes to his friend Ian, and he's like, bro, and he tells him everything. He's like, bro, I made a wish with this shit. This shit is going south. Things are going the wrong way. Bro, can you make a wish? This dumbass nigga is like, yeah, right, bro. She like you because you made a wish. Da 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 da. And so he gave him the stick and was like, can you make a wish to undo the wish? You know what this nigga said? I wish for $1 million. As soon as he did it, the money kept raining down. The nigga fell to his knees. He's like, fuck. So now he only got one left. So he's going back. He goes back home to Nikki, and he has one more left. So his plan is he's going to use the love that he has for her to undo the wish. So he goes back. He's trying to talk to her. And then, mind you, Ibra, let me stop right here because this one part I thought was the dumbest part of the whole show. If I just gave you something and I broke a piece and $1 million just rained in your house right now, what is the first thing you're doing?
I don't know. Pick up the money, or go give me another wish.
This nigga with $1 billion in his bank account got out his apartment to come back to the apartment with the crazy shorty to tell his homie the $1 million was real. Bro,
the thing is, his friend was there in front of him when it happened.
Bro, he entered the door, the crazy shorty shot him in the head immediately. Gun.
Keep in mind when Bear gets back to his house, right? He enters and he doesn't see Nikki at first, right? And then he looks at his room and it's Sarah's dead body, like with like skin cut off. And then, what's it called? Nikki comes out of the shadow and she's like, "Oh, you'd like me better if I looked like her, wouldn't you?" And like she had like Sarah's tattoos and shit drawn on her, and like her hair like Sarah's.
So at this point, he's realized that, oh my god, like I fucked up. So it's like after Ian got shot, he like takes her on the arm and he's sitting there and he's like contemplating it, and it finally dawns on him. So he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go use the bathroom," right? So he goes in the bathroom and he tries to kill himself. He tried it with a gun first. Didn't really go anywhere, and then he like overdosed on pills. The funny part is while he was doing that, Nikki had taken the one wish thing and she broke it and wished that Bear would love her the same way that she loved him. But he took the pills before she made that wish.
No, Quadro, the thing I don't think you understood that part because he's actually just like a bitch, right? He knows the only way he can set her free is to kill himself. So he first tries with the gun and he pussies out, right? And then he takes the pills and he tries with the pills, right? But then at a point, he tries to make himself choke out the pills so that he's like pussing out of that too. But that's the exact moment that Nikki like broke the thing and wished that he loved him too, loved her too. But the thing is, if he actually did love her, he would do that for her. He wouldn't let her like suffer the way she's suffering. Right?
Let's pause. Love ain't enough for me to kill myself.
I mean, no, not even because he caused everything. He's the reason.
In this situation, he's the reason. Like Nikki was completely normal before this. Like
Nikki was like really cool, like
funny as shit, like a normal girl. So then he took the pills and he overdosed, and then he ran into her arms and they kissed, and then he died. But the moment he died, like the flip switched back and Nikki went back to normal. And I was like, that's so like imagine you switch back to normal and there's 3 dead bodies of your friends you used to fuck with. I was like, damn. And the movie ended. But I was talking about it with my coworkers after. And I'm like, Bear is such a fucked up nigga, bro. And he didn't even have to do all that, bro. Sarah was right there.
It's not even like Nikki gave you a chance to confess, right? And he didn't even really know Nikki. Like he just was infatuated with the idea of Nikki. Like he didn't really care about her true well-being or what she wanted or anything like that.
And that was the whole thing. But Ibra, you should definitely. It's a good movie.
I'm good.
I mean, we just spoiled the entire thing, but like honestly, like the way
I hate spoilers. So the fact that you told me the whole plot, why would I want to watch it?
Now I don't recommend you watch it, but like if it was it's actually a really good movie because like the way they filmed it and like there's like little clues and shit about what's happening throughout it. It's yeah, it
No,
was
yeah,
really
that was
good.
very good. I never fuck with scary movies, and I ended up going. But to cap this episode off today, we have Shakir had proposed a bet that I think honestly is the craziest shit you could have said. But he swears up and down that bet was rational, normal, and the whole thing. Don't let the viewers see about the bet you proposed to Ibra. That fuck shit you tried to bring up a couple of weeks ago. Propose it.
Okay, okay, look. So Ibra claims that Senegal's gonna win the whole cup. He is 1,000% certain Senegal is gonna win, right? Especially against Norway, a team that's ranked much below. It's like ranked 30th. Senegal's ranked 14th, right? It is the clear favorite to win. Therefore, I proposed a bet where if Norway is to either beat Senegal or tie with Senegal, I should win. And if Senegal wins, then of course Ibra wins. And I believe it's fair because I'm picking the the least favorite, right? So when you make a bet and you are taking the bigger risk, you are usually compensated for the bigger risk you're taking. So that's why I believe it is fair to say that if my team either wins or ties, right, then I should be paid. In addition, based on Ibra's claim of the greatness of Senegal, right, there's no reason they should lose this game. So why would you not take that bet?
Ibra?
I don't even want to say anything because, like, I just want you to clip that and then post it.
I
Like-
think it makes complete sense.
Like, I must have like the haha.
Okay.
Boo the
If-
fool written on my head.
okay,
I'm not.
okay,
We're not
Ibra.
betting no matter what. It's
Okay,
over.
okay. No,
You
Ibra.
don't have to
If I
do that.
said it's Spain playing Iraq, right? If Iraq wins or ties, I get the money. Would that not be fair?
That's not. That's
taking
that's
any
not.
gut-
Look what it is. There's three. The way I see it, there's three outcomes this can go: a win, a loss, and a draw.
Yes.
You benefit from a win. So that means literally Norway and Senegal could Norway could sit and play five in the back and play an Arsenal game. You still
I'm not
benefit.
controlling how they play.
You're not. But what I'm saying is either a win or a draw. Both are more likely to happen for Norway than a loss. If you think about it.
First of all, you don't know that, right? First of all, probability-wise, this is why I'm saying because I'm taking the greater risk, right? Let's say Senegal's. There's three results to a game, right? It's either one team wins, it's a tie, or it's the other team wins.
And you're taking two of those. You're taking two out of the three.
Exactly, but those two added up together is about equal to just the other team winning.
It's not though. It's
It is.
not. Shakir, it's like Shakir. On any given day, any team can beat any team. On any given day, any team
course.
can tie any team. So why do you get two out of the odds? And then you said it's 50. You said it's 50 if they win and 50 if they draw. And then we said, okay, then if Senegal wins, you pay 100. You said no, that's not fair.
No, that's not fair, because you're not taking the bigger risk. You're taking the smaller risk.
Like,
Right?
and the thing is, like,
here's the thing. My thing is that I think they like the two teams are actually pretty like it's not a crazy thing for Norway to win or draw, right? But Ibra, he swears that Norway winning or tying that game is such a ridiculous concept that I'm even crazy to say it. That's why I'm making a bet where it's like
The only way what you're saying is fair is if you get 50 if Norway wins, you get 50 if they draw. But if Senegal wins, he gets 100. That's
No,
the
that's
only
not-
way this is fair.
okay,
No,
okay,
no.
Shakir. That's like okay. Me and Quadro, let's arm wrestle. Quadro works out like a madman. My madman days of working out are behind
no,
me.
but like you.
Let me
like,
finish.
like-
I let you talk. Let me finish. My madman days are finished. Quadro works out every single day. He makes sure he eats right and everything. I just run these days now. It's just cardiovascular thing. Quadro, let's do a thing. But hey, because you work out every day, I'm allowed to start the position here. I'm here. Quadro's here. You got to start from here. And then I look at Quadro. Quadro's like, why would I do that? Well, it's not fair because you work out every day. Nigga, arm wrestle is arm wrestle. You chose to play. Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. At the end of the day, let me finish. At the end of the day, it's about winning, losing, or drawing. It's not about, well, because of the probability of this and that, because of how good the teams here played this and that. No. You choose to arm wrestle me. So you deal with the consequences. And you're sitting out here saying, well, either if we win or draw, well, I win. Who in their right mind would agree to that?
Okay, Ibra, can I speak now?
Yes.
And I'm actually glad you gave me that example, right? Because in your eyes, right, like Quadro and you are still relative in strength, right? But in your eyes, Norway's so like off of what Senegal is. It would be like saying me and you arm wrestle, right? If I told you that we will arm wrestle, I'll start a quarter way more. But if like what's it called? If I win, I get money. If I tie, I get money. But if you win, you get the money. Will you take that bet?
No. Like the bet.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Because you won't.
I would take that bet.
Exactly. You would take that bet because you know you will win.
That might be the strongest argument he's had the whole time here.
Listen,
I would take that.
That's my point. Like, for example, if it was like, let's say France versus Spain, right? If they're playing, they're around equal strength, right? So, of course, if it's tie, it's like that's like there's a very high probability they could tie because they aren't equal strength.
But
right?
what I'm saying is the probability of Norway winning or tying, that probability definitely has to be higher than Senegal winning.
Quadro, here's the thing. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. However, it's Ibra who doesn't believe that, right? He doesn't believe that they're even close at all. That's why I gave that bet. If he thought that they were, okay, there's a relative chance that they might tie or Norway might win, then okay, my bet is unfair. But he wholeheartedly thinks that Norway doesn't have a shot at all.
Notice how usually I argue, but this whole time I just sat down and think
because you don't have an argument. You don't have an argument.
I want the world to hear. I want the world to hear
you don't have
how
an argument.
crazy you sound.
No, you don't have an argument.
I'm not arguing with a Bengali nigga who supports Brazil for the World Cup.
Everybody in Bangladesh supports Brazil for the World Cup.
Not even Japan? That's crazy.
No, it's either Brazil or Argentina. If you look at Bangladesh right now, bro, all you're gonna see is Brazil and Argentina flags. You won't even see Bangladesh flags. All you're gonna see is Brazil and Argentina flags.
That's a different level of meat right here.
I think like back when like they what's it called?
Damn.
When they became free, like Maradona visited the country, and like they became like very infatuated with them. No, bro. After Argentina won the World Cup, they like literally the president thanked Bangladesh. He was like, "Thank you for your support."
These niggas is trash.
It's not our sport.
These niggas is so garbage, bro. Oh my god, bro! These niggas is ass, man, bro.
No.
This nigga was laughing at Senegal losing a friendly to America, bro. It's different. It's different if Quadro is saying it because as a footballing nation,
never claimed it to be our sport.
As a footballing nation, Ghana historically is way better than Senegal. I can say that wholeheartedly, and I stand by Senegal 10 toes down about everything. Footballing history, players wise, and just winning in general. I could say Ghana got it over Senegal. I can argue with Quadro and Quasi. Because Ghana, like, if we're talking about the main player right now, I can say, bro, these two players are better than majority of the Ghanaian players in and out of the continent. Like Jeremy Doku, Ghanaian, baller. Antoine Semenyo, he's better than any striker on our team right now. I'd say he's better than Sadio Mane right now. He ain't better than prime time Sadio, but he's better than Sadio Mane right now. Kudus, he's their best midfielder. Honestly, could you put him as the best African midfielder right now? Yes. So that's one right there. But brother, Kuso could say something. Ivory Coast.
Bro, my team being ass doesn't do anything for your team.
Listen,
it does nothing. You don't have
the grounds to talk.
But that's the ad hominem
argument. You don't like Kuso can't look at Quadro and be like, you don't show up to anything. Kuso can't do that. She can't do that. She can't do that because it's like, bro, you don't show up too. Your team isn't even good. Vietnam.
I never claimed my team to be good. I never claimed my team to be good. I know
when they went against Sri Lanka.
Exactly. Them niggas is getting spanked in basketball at Sri Lanka. At that point, bring their women's team. Like let them niggas have a shot. You fucking kidding me, bro? Listen, I can argue with
our women's team did win the Asia Cup.
I don't give a fuck. Bro, listen.
You don't care about women's sports? You don't care about women doing good in sports?
Oh, no, listen. In general, your whole country, whether it's men's or women, y'all niggas is ass at sports anyways. So that's
okay, we're decent at cricket.
That we're talking.
We're decent at cricket.
Go cricket.
I mean, it's the second most watched sport on the planet.
And I don't even know why.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't know why. It doesn't matter.
Honestly,
Doesn't matter.
you know what I mean? Like, as a,
You sound mad American right now, bro.
I know this is my American side showing up. I don't even know why. Unbelievable, man.
I don't even watch cricket, but I'm just saying.
I could argue with certain niggas, bro. Like, but you, brother.
My country's soccer team being ass does nothing. It
I'm
does
saying
nothing
you
to your
have no
argument.
grounds to argue. To
It
speak.
does nothing for your argument.
To close it off, the last thing I want to talk about in terms of this, first of all, the audience who watched this, I think the only good compromise, the only way you're going to get him to agree,
I'm not
is
agreeing
if,
no more.
I'm not agreeing to that.
the only way that would have made sense is if you wanted to take the win or draw. If he wins, you should have got double the prize. I
Yeah,
feel like that's fair.
That's the only way.
That's very fair.
Absolutely.
What you're proposing was not fair, but we'll let the viewers decide.
I must be
believe
moving a fool to this.
I believe my analogy that I gave does a good job explaining why I'm correct.
We'll let the audience
Anyways,
decide. I
that's
guess
like, bro. That's like saying if what's it called? If Jamaica was to race like India, oh well, we got to start.
Yes, I'm taking that bet. I'm taking that bet on Jamaica.
Let me finish. That's like if we're to say, oh, because Jamaica historically is faster than any other India.
Okay,
or like
first of all, you can't do it
me
with running
finish?
because it's a different kind of sport. It's like nanoseconds that change.
A win is a win.
No,
A win
it's
is a
not.
win.
Use a better example.
If you let me finish, maybe you can hear the example.
Oh, I have a good example.
That's like saying, well, Jamaica, historically, you guys have been faster than everybody. So for India, we're going to start the line at 50 meters. Then go. What the fuck would I agree to that?
That's not a good example. That's not a good example. at all.
a good example.
Either way, I'm not going to do it anyways. So the
Good
examples
example.
don't even fucking matter.
I forget who did George Foreman box that he won. Was it Muhammad Ali? He boxed somebody.
Underdog. Like
And
where he was the underdog, right?
He was where he was the underdog. But the problem is George Foreman wasn't a bum. Like, that's still a professional boxer and athlete. Regardless of who he's going up against, okay, we might say the odds might be in the other person's favor, but again, on any given date,
if you're betting on that fight, you get paid more if you are betting on George.
But what I'm saying is the reason I don't bet is because on any given date, anything can happen. So you can't come in here and be like, that's
just what a bet is.
Because FanDuel, this is not FanDuel, nigga. We're not FanDuel, bro. Like, I'm playing you at the odds of 33, 33, 33. That's what I'm going with. So it has to be fair. You can't take 66 and give him a 33 and be like,
See, that would make sense. That would make sense if you didn't think the other country, your opponent, was a bomb.
It's the fact that you're not even trolling. Like, that's the thing.
No, I'm not trolling.
I'm not
I
even
like
arguing. Like, that's why, like, usually I'm up in arms about stuff, but like, I'm in my head, I'm like, this nigga is actually like serious. Like, he's dead ass. Like,
All
he's
right,
not,
let the audience decide.
we'll let the audience decide. But another thing is, we came on this, we said in the group chat, you, Shakir, had the worst ball knowledge out of the three of us. And you sat here and said that we're wrong.
you definitely do.
You definitely do.
1,000 and
Oh,
foot.
okay, third and fourth place.
No, bro, listen, moving around players in the PF trip fantasy, bro.
Okay, third and fourth place.
You want to tell the audience, you sat here and said Jude Bellingham is a better midfielder than Bruno Fernandes?
I admitted that was. I retract that take. I have already retracted that take.
He's had so many.
I
other
can't be wrong once. Like
I can't remember the bad
The
takes.
Messi and Cristiano take two.
that was what was my take?
You said Cristiano's, what's it called? You believe Cristiano's better than Messi, right?
No, I said Messi's better.
No, he said
Okay, and we
Cristiano.
said it's not close.
He said Christian. Well, yeah, we said it's not close.
You said 150. I said it's like 195.
No, are you? See what I mean? It's not 195. It's not 195.
What is it, Quadro?
What are we talking about, 195?
Like, if Messi's at 100, where would we put Cristiano Ronaldo?
Like a 75.
Yeah,
And every other player is below 75.
yeah.
Wait,
If we're
every
doing
other
that-
player is what?
If we're doing that comparison, because we're saying if Messi's the best player ever, that he's the 100, Cristiano's at a 75, he's saying every other player would be beneath that. Yes,
Every
I
other
do
player
believe-
would be beneath that,
I
yes.
do believe Cristiano's the second best player of all time.
And it's not.
And you said-
This isn't something I'll have a passionate argument about. I don't think it's. I think he's more like 95, but I don't think like.
The argument was
At
that
the
you
end of
said
the day, Messi's better than Ronaldo. Like
you said
there's
no. That was the
argument
argument. You said Ronaldo is a better goal scorer than Messi is,
And he's not.
and he's not.
No, I said he's the greatest goal scorer.
He's not.
He's not.
So he's like,
He's the most complete.
okay, with that argument, I think we just have different definition of what greatest stands for.
And
What
that's why
does the
the ball
greatest
knowledge is
goal
bad.
scorer mean? No, 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 no. That's stupid.
Like I said, and that's why the ball
Your
knowledge.
ball knowledge is bad.
No,
Your ball
no, no,
knowledge
no.
is dog water.
We are saying the word. We're using the word greatest in different ways. I think like the greatest goal scorer is whoever just had the most goals, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's the most efficient goal scorer. I think Messi has a better efficiency record, right?
I don't even pay
But
attention.
but when you say greatest goal scorer, what I think about is who gets like who's the one
What
that
I am
gets to the goal
talking
the
about
best.
is specifically about who has the most goals. They are
Then
the
that doesn't make
greatest
him
goal scorer.
that doesn't make him the greatest goal scorer. That just makes him the
Yes,
nigga
it
with the
does.
most goals.
If you have the most goals, if you have the most points, you are the greatest version of that, right? You might not be the most efficient at doing it, but you are technically by the number the greatest at doing it.
The crazy thing is, I hate the fact that that's like literally the only argument Ronaldo fans have over this Messi
But
debate.
I'm
Is
not
that
saying that Ronaldo's better.
no, I know, not you, but I really wish before Messi retires, he plays the same amount of games as Cristiano Ronaldo, and then we compare it and see who's actually the greatest goal scorer. He can't have. If I was
Thing
Messi,
is,
I would Ronaldo.
even if you just decide to cut the 3 years or 2 years that Messi has ahead of Ronaldo has against a Messi still wins.
Yeah. What's your point?
You know what? Again, our point is you just have the worst ball knowledge in the group.
That's
Like
not a bad take. It's not even a
no,
take.
but
It's just
I
an
have
objective
yet to
fact.
hear you. I have yet to hear you give a ball
What's
knowledge.
another take that what's another take that you have that you like? Hot take, a footballing hot take. What do you have? I want to hear this.
What is your football hot take?
What's one? To prove
Right
a point.
now, like on the spot, I don't have one on the spot that I can say.
You know, in general, like something that you have thought about, like thing. Like, what's one of mine? Like, let's actually think about this. Let's think about this.
Oh, do you?
I think what's it called? What was it? 2022. I think Haaland should have won the Ballon d'Or instead of Messi.
Nobody's arguing with you on that one. Agreed.
I've had people argue with me like that.
Agree to disagree.
Agreed. Because you won the Champions League
He won a treble first
season.
and he broke the record, the all-time Premier League season goal record.
Okay, that's not. I mean, my favorite player won it, so I'm indifferent about it. But okay, the England squad that got announced. Who do you think deserved to make it over other people? Who do you think did not deserve
I think
to
the
make that
main one is Trent.
I break Trent on my team anytime.
Because he's just such a maverick player. Like you need, like, even
That
if
right
you gotta
foot-
keep him in the bench, you gotta bring him.
That right foot, I'm putting him at midfield, bro. But the only other person, if we're talking about playmaking, who could put a ball in certain places that's better than him is Kevin De Bruyne. That's it. Apart from Kevin De Bruyne, I don't see nobody else with that type of foot. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Even if you be like he can't defend, put him in midfield. That's it. Put him in midfield.
You don't need him to defend the entire game. Put him in that 80th minute if you need to. But I feel like it's just like someone that could instantly change the game. That like I just don't understand why you wouldn't even like bring him.
You can't think of it. I know he's had more bad takes. I just can't recall it right now. But you've definitely had takes where you sent to the group chat. And I'm looking at my phone like there's no way you just said that. But hopefully the ball knowledge will come on. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good episode. You know, this episode, it kind of moved smooth. We had topics to talk about. It diverted where we got to divert to. We need more of this stuff. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.